Good morning.
Good morning. Come on, somebody.
Hey, 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 family.
I just wanted to say, come on, somebody. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Motivational Moment in the Morning. I am Porshea Wilkins.
And I am yours truly, the Honorable Minister.
Oh, Lord.
Right Reverend Jarrod Wilkins.
Somebody get this man a pulpit today.
I'm fired up today, guys. We in raw form.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for 20 minutes of power and inspiration to help you start your day off on time and on time.
On time.
Yes.
Hey, guys, excited. Another day. Another
day.
week. Episode 27. Wow, we've done 27 episodes for season 2. This is getting better than Power. And so we're excited about that in true form. I'm excited about everything. I'm excited about Monday. TGIM, thank God it's Monday. I'm excited that each and every one of you are joining us. Maybe this is your first time joining us on Motivational Moment in the Morning. If it is, welcome for the very first time. If this is your 27th time this season joining us, thank you so much. Welcome back. Excited to have you VIPs on the broadcast Vision Impact Partners.
Yes, if you are joining us live, hit live. If you're watching the replay, hit replay. Put your country flag on there as well. Let us know where you're chiming in from.
When she says hit replay, she means type
Did I hit
replay, type live in your screen. Because, you know, we have some people that are probably looking, where do I hit replay?
Oh.
But that's okay. Type it in there. Let us know.
Facebook needs to create that.
I'm telling you, you need to send them an email. Call. You know what? When we're done, call Mark. Tell Mark, listen, hey, let's go ahead and do that.
I think he got a new number.
Does he? Okay,
Yeah,
text him then.
Okay, yeah.
Text him and then, tell him to put the percentage in my account. All right. But my account is your account.
Exactly.
Well, anyhow, welcome to the broadcast. Excited that you guys are here. Also, let us know where you are broadcasting from. If you're in Chicago or China, if you are in Botswana or Boston, if you're in Kenya or Kentucky, if you're in Australia or Austin, type it in the screen.
Yes.
Type it on the screen. Type it in the comments. Let us know where you're chiming in from. Let us know where you're broadcasting from. Let us know by putting in that city, state, Providence, or your flag. Your country flag. Let us know where you're broadcasting in from.
The flags are awesome. Make sure you like the When Dreams Collide page here on Facebook. Scoot to the end because you look
to the end.
You look tiny.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
All right, we're trying to.
They look swole.
Yeah. We're attempting to get these camera angles going.
So like the Facebook page, When Dreams Collide. Join the group as well. When Dreams Collide. Become a VIP, a Vision Impact Partner to do so. Follow us on Instagram
IG
at When Dreams Collide. We're also on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And on our website, whendreamscollide.com, you can subscribe there, become a VIP, a Vision Impact Partner, stay connected. We have special things, live events and things that we do for the VIPs that we don't share publicly.
Yes.
And that happens in the When Dreams Collide group on Facebook. But you can get your moment when and where you want it by connecting with us on each of those platforms there.
Yeah, the last private event we did for the VIPs.
The Purpose Masterclass.
Oh, Purpose Masterclass was off the chain. We had so many people.
I laughed so hard I cried.
Yeah, she was in tears.
I cried.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
So funny.
But certainly we want to have you join us for our next one. Do me a favor. We're not even going to get started until you start sharing this message. I don't see our numbers moving up. Come on, guys. Let's start sharing it. I don't think I have to remind you that we need to share the message.
Make sure they knew.
Yes, I need you to share it on your Facebook walls. Come on, guys. Come on. I need you to share it. We want to get the attendance up before we even get started. Let's go ahead and start sharing right where you are, please, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you, sir. Once you share it, share it in the screen, in the comments. I want to definitely connect with you right after the broadcast to interact with you, those of you that are sharing it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the message. Make sure you post it on your Facebook walls. Make sure you send it via inbox to somebody. Send this message to someone you care about, somebody you're connected to. You can even tag them in the comments. Tag 5-10 people in the comments.
Yes.
Let them see that we're getting ready to get started. So many people want to see and hear positive, inspirational messages in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, wherever they are, because we're almost ready to get started this morning. Matter of fact, we are ready to get started, but I need you sharing. Come on, ma'am. Thank you so much. Come on, sir. Thank you. Go ahead and share
If
it.
you're joining us live, hit live. If you're watching a replay, hit replay as well. Let us know where you're chiming in from. Put your city, state, your country flag. Let's go.
All right. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, kings and queens. Good morning, world changers. Good morning, vision carriers. Good morning, students of excellence. Good morning, family. Good morning, VIPs, Vision Impact Partners. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm excited about your future. Yeah, did you hear me this morning very clearly? I want you to understand that I'm excited about your future. That's why we want to talk to you from a thought this morning I'll never forget.
Nope.
I'll never forget. I remember the old sainted memories that I have, the songs that were sang in the church was, one of them was, Jesus, I'll never forget what you've done for me. Jesus, I'll never forget what you've done for me. Jesus, I'll never forget how you set me free. Jesus, I'll never forget, oh, never. And as I was reminded of that song, it was in my spirit this morning, I started to think of all of the things that have taken place to get us to the point that we're in now. And oftentimes, we oftentimes remember the wrong people did to us. You know, one author said forgiveness is forgiveness is the ability to remember the wrong in the right way. Forgiveness is the ability to remember the wrong in the right way. I'll never forget.
Nope.
I'll never forget not just the wrong that people did to me and how people misused me, mishandled me. I'll never forget how people lied about me, how they confused or twisted my words. I'll never forget how my so-called friends conspired with my enemies when it was convenient for them and tried to get me to forgive them after things didn't work out. I'll never forget that when you had the upper hand, when you had the leverage, when you had the opportunity to prove your friendship or to prove your loyalty or to prove that you really had my back, you gave me your behind to kiss. I'll never forget those things, but those things are necessary. Oftentimes we don't recall, not only do we not recall, we don't understand that those things had to happen the way they've had to happen so that you can be who you are today. As a matter of fact, one author says, scars are the proof that you survived something that should have killed you. Scars are the proof that you survived something that should have otherwise killed you. I'll never forget. The scars that I have, not the physical scars, but the emotional scars many of you have, the mental scars that you have, the scars that you have that remind you of past places and past pain that you've had to endure, because pain is the proof that something is out of order. Did you hear me? Pain is the proof that something is out of order. I'll never forget. How easy is it for us to remember the wrong and the bad and the things that didn't go the way we hoped or even prayed for? It's easy for us to remember that, but you know what's difficult for most of us to remember? For most of us, it's difficult to remember those that had our back. It's difficult oftentimes for those of us to remember the individuals that stood in the gap when we didn't have space left in our heart. It's oftentimes, and I've been guilty of this, treating casually people that sacrificed themselves and became casualties for our goals, for our dreams, for our objectives. And I want to caution you today. The people that stayed down. See, I'll never forget two types of people. I'll never forget, watch this, I'll never forget those that switched up, but I'll never forget those that stayed down. I mean, those ride or dies. I mean, I'll never forget the ones that rode up with me, and when things went down, they still stayed. They didn't jump. I'll never forget those people. I'll never forget the people that defended me when they didn't have all the evidence. I'll never forget the ones that made the phone call, not to get from me, but just to check on me. I'll never forget. And I wanna just ask you to do something, not for me, but for you today. I would like for you to take this as an assignment of gratitude and write down the names of 5 people that have been there for you over the last year. 5 people that maybe they didn't give you money, but 5 people that called just to hear your voice. 5 people, maybe you don't have 10, maybe you don't have 15, maybe you don't have 20, but maybe you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 people that bought you lunch, bought you dinner this year. Maybe there are 5 people that as you trace back your life over the last year, these people have made deposits in your heart. They've made deposits in your life. They've been there for you. 5 people that have said, you know what? I don't just want to use you. I want you to be able to use me. I'll never forget. I'll never forget the person that called me when I was at the crux in the road sitting on my couch. I'll never forget, the person that paid for something to get fixed for me. I'll never forget the ones that collaborated not to scheme against me, but to come together for me and with me. I'll never forget. And here's what happens with many of us. You know what happens with many of us? We begin to forget the people that God strategically assigned to help us in a specific season, and you only remember the wrong things they did to you. Mm-hmm. Baby, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. If you think about it, even Jesus, all of his disciples, he had to check them at least once. All of his disciples, all 12 of them men. You can't have that people close to you in proximity without them tripping sometimes. You can't have that many people close to you in proximity where you're investing day after day without us bumping heads sometimes. You can't have that many people around you where sometimes, guess what? They disappoint you. We are human beings. We're not perfect, but I will not castigate you. I won't just be completely done with you. I will not just turn my eye away from you and turn my back on you because you had a bad moment. So you got to understand the difference between the Peters in your life and the Judases in your life.
Right.
Peters have bad days. Judas have bad hearts.
Bye-bye.
And there's some Peters, ladies and gentlemen, that you're holding accountable for Judas's offenses. Can I contemporize the text? Let me just go ahead and superimpose 2018 vernacular on that. Don't cut real people off for fake reasons. Mm-hmm. Shucks. You need to cut fake people off for real reasons. You know why? Because oftentimes we give people a pass because they make us look good on photos. We give people a pass because us being connected to them, somehow or another, we feel as though makes us more than. Yeah, because of what they have and what they drive and where they live and their status in life, you keep, I'm going to talk to you this morning, you keep overlooking that they are horrible for your spirit. Mm-hmm. And you wonder why you're drained day in and day out. You wonder why you're not progressing in life. You wonder why you're stuck and stagnant. It's because you keep misconstruing the Peters and the Judases. Baby, I'll never forget who was with me. And here it is. Just because a person is with you doesn't mean they're for you. Don't forget the ones that were for you. Don't forget the ones that were not only in your circle, but were in your corner when life put a whooping on you. When you took massive blows to the head, when you were in the ring of life fighting for your dreams, fighting for your goals, and you got knocked down some rounds, and maybe you got pushed back some rounds, and when you finally heard the bell, ding, 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 because every contender has to go to the corner sometimes. Even every champion has to be brought into the corner for resuscitation of your dream. And I never forget when I get in the corner. When life backs me into a corner, I never forget who brought me some water to quench my thirst. I'll never forget who took the towel to wipe the sweat off my brow. I'll never forget who put the Vaseline on my face to help remove the lumps and the bruises that I took when going against the opponent. I'll never forget who was rubbing my shoulders. I'll never forget who gave me some counsel and coaching so I can get back in the ring and fight again. I'll never forget.
You can't forget the people who have been good to you.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up into all of that as well, especially if the people who've been good to you, for whatever reason, start connecting with those who were bad at some point in time. You gotta make sure you keep the good people around you.
Yes.
You gotta keep the good people around you. Another way to look at this is to remember the things that God has told you to do. You can't forget the order that was given. You can't forget the experiences that you've had with him. I'm reminded of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 2 says, and you shall remember always all the ways in which the Lord your God has led you these 40 years in the wilderness, so that he might humble you and test you to know what was in your heart and in your mind, whether you would keep his commandments or not. You see, when Moses led the Israelites out, a lot of them at that time, they couldn't see where he was taking them. Their vision was limited because they were in slavery for so long. And so they were in physical bondage, but your bondage may be mental or emotional. And you may have met someone who says, you know what, I can show you how to get out of this situation. But for whatever reason, it's just not clicking. You can't forget the good that's in you. You can't forget when life was great. You can't forget the promise. And so those individuals that were on their way to the promised land never made it. They roamed around in the wilderness for 40 years because they just didn't believe. They just stuck there, walking in circles, just roaming the entire time. And so it got to the point where God was like, you know what? I'm going to let you sit right here. Since you want to retain this hurt, since you want to sit in this sorrow, since you want to be the victim all the time, I'm going to let you stay right there. Until the next generation comes around and says, you know what? I see what God is talking about. I believe in the promise that he said. And so I'm going to walk and I'm going to go and I'm going to do my part to have it. Some of you are in that wilderness season. You can't forget the promise that he gave you. This is just a temporary moment. Very temporary. You can't forget the promise. You can't forget your greatness. You can't forget your genius. You can't forget all of those positive things about yourself that many times because of who you connected to, you forgot. There are people in your life right now that are intentionally keeping you small.
Oh my God.
Their whole goal is to keep you right where you are because for whatever reason they feel your progression will make them look bad. Your greatness is like a mirror to them. They look at you and they see a reflection of what they should be doing. And who they should be. And because they don't have what it takes to go and do it, they try to sabotage you. You can't forget what's inside of you. You can't forget that, because if you forget what's inside of you, it's easy for somebody else to come around and manipulate you.
Very much so.
And that's how you get played. That's how the fake friends show up. That's how the manipulation shows up. That's how all of those things begin to happen when you forget.
That's right.
You can't forget. Like he said, like you gotta, write down the people that you wanna, say thank you to and be, show love to for being down for you. But you need to write down the things that are great about you. That you tend to forget about yourself. What are those things that you know for a fact that you do great that you forgot for whatever reason? Maybe if you're in an abusive relationship right now, you may have forgotten that you're still beautiful. Because you are. You can't forget that. Maybe you're in a job that you just really hate. Like your degree is in one thing, but you're working in something else and they're literally paying you minimum wage and you're like, Lord, what in the world? And you've gotten so caught up into that you begin to accept that. And well, maybe I am only worth this much. Never forget how much value that you actually bring to the marketplace. Never forget your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Never forget what you have achieved. You did that work. You went to school. You got the degrees, the MBAs, the PhDs. You've done the work. You earned great income before in this particular field. So just because you're doing this one thing, you can't forget how great you actually are.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you don't take the time to remember, what you'll do is you'll conform. It's like there's a difference between a thermostat and a thermometer.
Yeah.
A thermostat sets the environment. So you go into a room and you set the thermostat to 65 degrees.
Yep.
Then it's going to blow at a certain rate until the room is at 65 degrees.
This is right.
Period. But a thermometer takes on whatever environment it's been put in. So it's the difference between adapting and adopting. A thermostat adapts the room, adapts the environment. A thermometer adopts it, means that it takes on whatever it put it in. So you can't forget that you have a thermostat ability.
Yeah.
You have the ability to set the environment to what it is that you want.
Correct.
And when you forget those great things about yourself, what happens is you become a thermometer.
You do.
And you just adopt. You just take on whatever environment, whatever thing that you're in, you begin to accept it as normal.
Wow.
You begin to learn how to function with the dysfunction.
Wow.
And that's why you're in that wilderness for 40 years and you miss out on the promise. You look up, you're 45, 50 years old, and you're like, why am I still doing this?
Yeah.
Why am I still stuck here? It's here.
Yeah.
You forgot. You forgot those things that make you tick. You forgot, catch this, to do the work.
Wow. Wow.
You waiting on a handout from somebody.
Wow.
You've been you've been babied for so long.
Yeah.
You forgot to be a man.
That's right.
You forgot to be a woman.
Correct.
You can't forget those things, folks. Because if you don't remember, everybody else will forget you.
Wow.
If you don't remember, everybody else will forget you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are valuable.
Yeah.
You are worthy.
Yep.
You are children of the King of all kings. Greatness is your birthright. You come from royalty.
Yes, you do.
And see, a lot of us, especially in America, we have a democracy. We don't have a kingdomship, so we don't always understand the hierarchy and the value and all of that. But the Bible is a legal document.
It is.
It's a story about a king and his kingdom.
That's right.
And we are his kids.
That's right.
You understand? So there are certain privileges and rights that we have as citizens of the kingdom that give us power here on earth. And so you have to get connected to the king so you can know all what your rights are.
Yep.
What you have access to.
Yes.
What you're capable of doing.
That's right.
Your perks. All of those things that come with being connected to the kingdom of all kingdoms, ladies and gentlemen. You can't forget. Don't ever forget your greatness. Don't ever forget your value. There was another celebrity this past weekend that took his life. Talented young man.
Yeah.
Doing great things. But suffering silently. Every single day somebody takes their own life because they forgot. They forgot their greatness. So I want you to remember how great you are. I want you to remember those great things.
Yes.
And how good God has been to you and how no matter what anybody else has told you, he has your back.
Always.
And then I want you to take that extra step to go remind somebody else today.
Yeah.
Remind them how great they are.
Yes.
Tell them, don't forget you are loved. Don't forget you matter.
That's right.
All of those things.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget.
Don't forget. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. God bless you. God bless your families. And God most certainly bless your dreams. Share this message with someone.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on today. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, we are here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for 20 minutes of power and inspiration to help you start your day off on time and on top, share this message. You can like the When Dreams Collide page right here on Facebook.
Yep.
Join the When Dreams Collide group to become a VIP,
Yep.
a Vision Impact Partner. We do special events and things specifically for our VIPs, just to say thank you for being so and for supporting and just for being connected as well. You know, iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another, and this is where you can definitely get your sharpening for your mornings. And then you can get this moment right here and all the other ones when you want it on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, and on our website. So
Wow.
Motivational Moment in the morning on demand is right there for you any way that you want to get it. We thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.
All right, folks. Make sure you share the message.
Thank you guys. Have a blessed day.